Sure. Hi, I'm Mitali Banerjee Ruths. Back in 2021, I published my first picture book, my first book ever, Archie Celebrates the Volley. It's about a girl named Archie and her favorite holiday, which is the Festival of Lights. Now, I am so excited to tell you about my upcoming picture book, Archie Celebrates an Indian Wedding. We meet some of the same characters from the first book. Archie's uncle, Poppy Uncle, is getting married to Miss Julie. She's not South Asian, but they're going to have a big Indian wedding. Archie has so much to do to help prepare for the big day. And then Poppy Uncle asks Archie to help out Miss Julie's niece, Emma. And Archie wonders how she's going to have time for everything because a lot happens at an Indian wedding. If you've ever been to an Indian wedding, seen one in a show or a movie, uh, get invited to an Indian wedding, or just feel curious about learning more, Archie Celebrates an Indian Wedding is a family filled story of discovery, joy, and building new relationships. So be sure to check out Archie Celebrates an Indian Wedding. Yes, I had a biracial wedding. My parents are Bengali from East India, and I grew up in Texas where I met my husband in college. He's white, so when we had our Hindu wedding in Houston, both of us and our extended families, and even the aunties and uncles, had to figure out what we were doing and how we were going to do it. Um, there was a lot of inspiration from the weddings that I've been to and the weddings, that I love. And there was a lot of those kinds of details in there. Yes, so when I was creating this story, I really wanted it to be vivid and have you in the moment, and it be a picture book, not a nonfiction book that has a lot of information in there. So, really great way is to have a character who is from outside or new to an experience that needs to be guided along or have an explanation. So, the reader has somebody that they can be connected to. So, if you are somebody for whom this is a mirror book, you may relate more to Archie, who is familiar with big Indian wedding traditions and can explain things to this new person that she's meeting for the first time, Emma, which is the niece of the bride. And if you're unfamiliar to Indian weddings, then you might have the window as a reader, like you are in Emma's shoes and you are trying to figure out as each page turns what is going to happen next in this sequence leading up to the big wedding. And there's so many details all along the way. One of the beautiful things about presenting something like this in a picture book form is the illustrator, Parwinder Singh, does such an amazing job with the illustrations. He capture some of the details that aren't expressed in the words, but you get to visually see what people are wearing, what activities are going on. It really drops you in a very cinematic way into that experience of the Indian wedding. So you're right there, page after page, in these beautiful color illustrations, following along with the characters, whether you're familiar with what's happening and you relate and you can nod along and you can anticipate what's happening, or it's all new and you're getting to see and discover it alongside some of the characters in the story. So, one of the things about an Indian wedding is it's not just a marriage of two people, it's the bringing of two families together and two communities together. And I think there's some beautiful moments in there as the two families are kind of figuring out these different traditions and different ways of relating. Like, I don't want to give away the end, but it's a big happy Indian wedding. And there's a moment where Archie and Emma realize that now through this wedding, they're related. They become cousins by the end of the story. And it really represents that bringing together, not just of the bride and groom, but everybody else throughout. And then participating in some of the traditions. So there's a lot of family participation in Indian weddings. So even from the beginning, you see Archie helping her parents and grandparents get programs ready, get some of the decorations ready, get some of the items for the wedding ceremony, like these flower garlands ready. And then there are activities leading up to the wedding where Archie takes her new friend Emma through the mehndi ceremony or the henna ceremony, and then on the day of the wedding helps direct her to the barat or the entrance of the groom so that she knows where she's supposed to be and what she's supposed to do. So, yeah, there's a lot of bringing in of traditions. There's a lot of like family helping other family out so that they can all fully experience that Indian wedding. Yeah, so in my wedding, my baby cousins got to steal my husband's shoes, and they were very excited, and he paid them in cash, and then when my younger sister got married, my own kids had the opportunity to steal the groom's shoes, and they were just absolutely delighted by that tradition, mostly because it gives, like, some of the younger members of the bride's party an opportunity to kind of be thanked for their work. I think maybe in modern times, that's the symbolism of it, that they get a little bit of money for all of the hard work they put in. I mean, it really like the one of the lines that gets repeated in the book, it was really kind of my mantra at my own wedding was, "You're supposed to have fun and be happy." So, I am the oldest in my family, and my husband is the oldest in his family, so we were sort of some of like the earliest people to get married, and we had our ceremony in Houston, Texas, and it was like a lot of fun. Extended family and friends from both sides flew in. We had good food, good dancing, like great memories. Like we just it was just a big party and a big celebration that everybody could enjoy. I still have so many like fun, fond memories. And one of the really wonderful treats is the book designer put in a little treat on the inside of the book where on the dedication page you can actually see a picture of me in my wedding. I think the scare that's from the moment where I get carried in, much like Giuliani gets carried in by members there. I was very scared that I was going to be dropped because I was on a platform that people were carrying me into the wedding, and I was like, "Please don't drop me. Please don't drop me." And I feel very scared and excited in that moment, and it's very special to have that moment in there for my wedding day in the book. I hope they take away a sense of like understanding that sometimes, like it says it over and over again, like, it's an Indian wedding, you're supposed to have fun and be happy. That sometimes we'll be in situations where we don't know what's happening or something doesn't happen the way we want it to. But really, it's about looking around and responding to the people around you, trying to be helpful, trying to stay open and curious, and just to have fun and be happy and to connect with people and learn about other people's traditions and feel excited to share your own so that more people understand how they can best celebrate together. And I'll just add that I felt inspired to write this story when my younger sister was getting married, and I was trying to find a way to help my own kids prepare for what they were going to experience in the Indian wedding. And I didn't see a book like that. So it was my opportunity to create that window and mirror that you were saying
Yeah.
afterwards. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to write a follow up to Archie Celebrates Diwali. Archie Celebrates an Indian Wedding that'll hopefully help more people feel excited about and understand a little bit about what goes on at an Indian wedding.